All right, first and foremost, I want to give all the honors and the praises and the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahabashai, Bahasham, Mahavakar Kodash. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. His Son's name is Yahabashai, in who I reverence, and honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, very few brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days, because we are living in the last days, right? This lesson, right, is going to be based on basically what the wicked do. And what you're going to find out is when you wake up to this truth, a lot of people, yeah, they're being controlled, they're being manipulated, they're basically just demons, puppets on a string, doing what, playing out their role. That's why it's in Ezra it says, few that shall be what saved, the few that shall be saved, and the multitude shall perish. We're going to just go to the scriptures. I haven't got nothing written down. And I want to kind of speed this up because I need to free up some data, right? And so forth. But the Lord Jehovah can see everything. Everything. I want to start off on Ephesians 5, right? These people, you are their life. Without you, bro, they wouldn't have no life. Which they don't have no life anyway, if they don't have Yahweh Shai. But bro, these are fucking bro. These are the lowest of lowest people. These are scumbags. These are Satanists, right? These are people that drink blood. These are people that sacrifice children. Bro, these are the lowest. These are the criminals. Those that are doing what they're doing to you, these are the criminals. But guess what? We don't let it bother us. And guess what? It's beautiful. The Lord is what? When you pray, the Lord is judging our enemies. The Lord Jehovah is judging our enemies every single day. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Just watch and observe. That's all you need to do. Just watch, observe, and that, yep. This individual, he got judged. Right? So let's go to Ephesians, Baba Kasha, right? 4:26. Okay. Start at 26. Be angry and sin not. So bro, we can be angry. Nothing's wrong with being angry, but we're supposed to channel that anger through the scriptures. So it says, be angry and sin not. Don't let your anger cause you to sin. Because once you do that, now you're into the carnal elements, and that's what Satan wants you to do. Remember, if you've repented, the same strongholds that Satan once had over you, he may not have them strongholds over you. So he's getting desperate. He needs to draw you out of your character, right? And that's why you have FBI management assessments and so-called risk assessments, and yeah, your government have everything to do with it, right? That's why you have people watching you. That's why they hire contractors, construction workers to drive past in the morning. And that's another thing as well. What the fuck is that to you? I'm up, what, 7 something, right? And a lot of people, bro, they're still waking up. Some people haven't even woken up. So what you got to understand is this society is based off control. The elites need control, right? But different people choose to wake up certain times. Me, I like to wake up early. Even if I'm fully not out of bed, I'm still up thinking about what lesson I'm going to do and so forth, right? But this society is about control. Don't get drawn out. Don't feed them. Don't be reactive. Okay? Let not your sun go down upon the wrath. So that could be dangerous from day to day. All right, one day you're mad, and all throughout the next day, that sun can go down upon your wrath. Now you wake up the next day, and you're in that same mood that you were prior to that day before. That's how Satan is able to what? Get in. That's how he's able to manipulate by doing these things. Okay? Neither give place to the devil. So if the devil, look, if you got devils, demons, right? And you got to remember, a lot of these people, they're under mind control. They're weak vessels. They're just being used. try not to take it too personally. And their whole thing, they want you to feel the same emotions that they're feeling, right? I've done studies on passive aggressiveness. Passive aggressiveness is people that can't, they want to say something, but they can't express themselves, right? Call it narcissism and all that, bro. It's demons. That's what it is. Forget about all them names. It's demons. It's people that can't express themselves in the right manner. So the way they do that is through aggression, but it's passive aggression because they don't have any stability, right? They're weak vessels. So when you see that, you should be like, well, you're not acting that way because you're emotionally stable, right? And it's a projection of how they feel and they're insecure. It's not you. Don't you get it? That's not you, right? Imagine I've got a Bible in my hand, right? I've got this tripod here. Imagine if I was just slamming this tripod. I can't blame somebody else. That's you. And the scripture says, he that hath no rule over his spirit is like a city that is without walls. Defenseless. Defenseless. So those that don't, if you don't have any rule over your spirit, you're defenseless. And anybody can get in a city without walls. You're defenseless. So a lot of these people, spiritually, they're defenseless. Some of them don't even know what they're doing. Consciously, they don't even know what they're doing. Subconsciously, some people, they act that way. They don't actually know. Well, a lot of them do, but some people don't know that they're actually doing it. Right? It's like a barrier. Passive aggressiveness is like it's a way to protect their insecurities. You got to pay attention, observe. Don't get angry. Don't take on that emotion. They want you to feel the same emotions that they're feeling, right? And it does go down to psychology. These people, they think they're smart. No, bro, they're not smart. They're dumbasses. Because you're able to read them better than you know them better than they know themselves. Well, the elect know them better than they know themselves, right? So don't get drawn out into carnality, right? They want you to punch them up. They want you to go upside their head. So now you can get locked up. Because remember, they're part of the program, by the way. These are the perps. These are the agents, right? And now you do that. Yeah, sometimes you may feel like that to fuck them up. Because you know you could as well. We're not choir boys. Just because we have a Bible in our hand, sometimes you do feel that to fuck them up. But we can't do that because Yahushua wasn't doing that, right? And ultimately, the Lord's judging them, like I said. I was looking at the windows yesterday, just seeing a few lads, outside the premises. I was looking, wow, the Lord's really judging them, putting a reprobate spirit on people, and they can't even see it. So just let Yahushua deal with it. Do the work, focus, and that's it. Okay? Go to Ephesians, where was I? 4:26. Neither give place to the devil. So what does it mean to give place to the devil? What does that mean? You're giving him room. And that's done through anger. Remember, the devil uses your emotions, anything. Anything. And he knows what gets you pissed off. And remember as well, there's neural monitoring going on as well. But I don't want to veer off topic. Right? So everything they want you to do, anything the perps and Satan wants you to react to, you don't react to. Because they're neural monitoring you as well. Right? Okay, that's why they need to do certain things. That's why they need to, what's the word? Stimuli, create a certain stimuli. Right? Because they're trying to measure your brain patterns, how you're thinking, what irritates you. Bro, these people, they're not God. And when I look at that, I just think, man, these people, do they know what they're doing? Do they actually know? Right? They're immature. Let's let the scriptures come out. Let's let the scriptures do the talking. Right? A lot of things are going on, brothers. A lot of things. This is Proverbs 7:16 and 29. And I want to say this as well, bro. You're of the elect. Anybody that's messing with you and your family, the Lord's going to deal with them. Bro, don't fret. The Lord is going to flip and deal with them. Big time. Right? These people, they're small in the mind. A violent man enticeth his neighbor. Right? You have a lot of violent people out here. and leadeth him into a way that is not good, right? Which is evil. He shutteth his eyes to devise froward things. This also goes into enchantments, curses on the left hand side. He shutteth his eyes to devise froward things, right? Moving his lips, he bringeth evil to pass, right? That goes into witchcraft, right? And bro, all these things are happening because we're in the last days. Okay? We're in the last days. Okay? And it says, verse 32, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. Always remember, be slow to anger. Doesn't mean you're not angry. It means you're slow to anger. Because that's the attributes of Yahweh Shai. Right? And I don't know what's going on. Is it half term? Because I noticed yesterday there was no schools open. Right? Is it half term? Because I noticed as well, when the schools ain't open, they have to amp up the noise campaigns and so forth. See, bro, I clock onto everything. Yeah, bro, they got everybody involved. They got the dustbin men, they're pieces of shit as well. They got the dustbin men involved in recycling. They've got everybody involved. Right? They're trying to get a response. I don't know why they want them, but they want to get a response. They may look at your life and see, well, you know, why is he so happy? I don't know, bro. I can't break down every single little detail. Yahweh Shai knows though. He's in control. I can't break down every single detail. Right? I do know it's systematic, and I do know one thing as well is if you're not down, if you're not on their side, you're not one of them, that's another reason. Right? And that's a conclusion I can come to. If you're not on Satan's side, that's a conclusion. Because what they're doing, you know that's not of Yahweh Shai. You know that's not of God, right? That's not of Yahweh Shai. So, if it's not of Yahweh Shai, if it's not of God, then what is it of? It's of Satan. Like, just put two and two together. What they're doing, if it's not godly, if it's a hindrance to the truth, if it's trying to get you distracted, then that's not of God, that's of Satan. So, what's coming at you? Satan. It's very simple. It's very simple. Now, don't panic, right? Read the Bible, go into the scriptures for comfort, and just know Yahweh Shai has got this, right? Okay, just know that. Don't panic. Relax, right? Yahweh Shai has got this, man. He's in control. They're not in control. They want to control what times you wake up. They want to control what times you wake up, what time you go to sleep, how you're moving, you know? Bro, it's mad. Yeah, bro, it's called masonry. It's called masonry. But my whole thing is not to focus on that, because if you're focused on that, bro, you're not going to be able to do anything. You're just going to be like a hermit. Move in the spirit. Because these things were happening even before you knew it. Yeah, you were being watched systematically even before you knew it. So why are you going to get bogged down? Ignore it. And it says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. So remember to control your anger. Remember when people are doing things, remember, yeah, look at it, it's spiritual, right? And yes, I always say this, it's technology as well. So yeah, there's technology involved, but even in technology, it's still spiritual. You do know people are easily influenced by AI. Bro, there's AI algorithms telling people what to do because they're under MK Ultra, right? And if they don't follow them orders, they get frequencied up, right? Negatively. So, bro, all these things, there's different aspects to this. I'm telling you, I brought out lessons on it. It's very advanced, right? Very advanced. So there's a little element of technology in this as well. Okay, but more so, I always like to say it's spiritual, because you can't take the spiritual aspect out of the equation, because that's the main thing, right? Yes, you're targeted in the spirit. That's where it begins, right? And the people, they're just weak vessels that are being used to target you, to spiritually harass you. Because spiritual harassment, where does that begin? Where does that begin? That begins in the spiritual realm, Satan. Why is Satan spiritually harassing you? Why? Because you're a threat to his kingdom. Because the devil doesn't spiritually harass those that are not a threat to his kingdom. Don't you get it? You got to put the pieces together. And he's just using people as chess pieces on a chessboard. Right? And that's it. Go to Psalms. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Now go to Romans. We have to learn to be emotionally stable. We have to learn to be. Because if you don't control your spirit, then Satan will. Right? And this is how we're at the end. We are nearly at the end. Just endure. Just endure. Right? Therefore, there is no condemnation to them which are in Mashiach Yahushua. And be careful of setups. You know, I don't even need to say that. It doesn't really matter anyway, because if someone tries to set you up, it doesn't matter, because you're in Yahushua. As long as you're walking in the spirit. Right? And it says, Baba Kishar, there's no condemnation that to them that are in Yahushua who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. So the reason why they're doing what they're doing, because they're in the flesh. Right? And some of them don't react overboard. Some of them are under MK Ultra, right? A lot of them are under MK Ultra, right? A lot of them are under MK Ultra. Not all of them. And I've been trying to warn them. I believe not all of my neighbors. I believe a lot of my neighbors are under MK, some type of influence. Right? Yeah, they're under influence, demonic influence, and AI. Right? Remember, these people, they have handlers. Right? And it says, who walked after this, but after the spirit, for the law of the spirit of life is in my strength, who made me free from the law of sin and death. So there's no condemnation to those that are in Yahushua. Point blank period. Right? And another thing, you have to get over what the world thinks, because where it doesn't matter. Right? Doesn't matter what the world thinks. Now, does this mean you walk around being pompous and arrogant? Oh, I don't care what anybody else thinks. No, it just means you're not swayed by what the world thinks, because we have a mission. And if you are, then you're not going to be able to fulfill this mission. Right? Jump straight to verse 5. And you got to realize, well, why are they following you so much? Because you're one of them X-Men. You're one of the X-Men. You're one of the Marvels. Right? You're one of those that have that superpower. They don't want you to go. They need to keep an eye on you. They know, bro. They know your ability. Bro, you think people they're not doing DNA tests and all that? Bro, they studied your DNA. They've done all types of things. Right? They know you're different. Right? The elect are different. Right? They're different. Even from their biological families, it's like they have different strata of DNA. Right? And that's why they're watching you. These people have studied you from birth. I'm telling you. Right? And they've had people around you to convince you that you're no one, you won't amount to nothing. They've had to do that. A lot of people that were in your life, they were set up in your life to keep you from that spiritual power. Guess what? If you're of the elect, that means you had it all along. Like Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. So we have great power. So therefore we have great responsibility. Therefore you're going to be targeted. Bro, they're not going to tell you. You really think they'll tell you if you had some high level type DNA like you have? They're not going to tell you that. You really think the enemy's going to tell you, yeah, you have spiritual power, you're different? No. The elect are different. Right? We're cut from a different cloth. And it says that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So, we can get a lot from this. You know, people that want to slam doors, but sometimes, like I said, that's called projection. Right? When someone's angry and they have nobody to take it out on, and that's called projection. They're projecting how they feel, their insecurities. But guess what? I've got a tip for you. You just don't take it on. You realize, all right, and sometimes, you know what? Certain brothers are different. You know what? Sometimes you can say, mate, you're having a bad day today. You're having a bad day. What can I do for you? And people living fucked up lives, bro. Remember, London's a horrible city. It's horrible. It's a shithole. You gotta remember, people are going through things, right? Trying to drink their sorrows away, but that's not the way. That's not the way to go about it. There's a way to go about these things, right? But to be carnally minded is death. So we don't want to be carnally minded, acting off impulse. You know, these people are very impulsive. I was very, before I woke up to truth, I was very, very impulsive. The first thought that came to mind, you're acting upon it. You learn not to do that when you wake up to the truth. You become more spiritually balanced. All these things, right? But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So we want to be spiritually minded, right? That's life and peace, right? There's great peace out of that, right? Being spiritually minded. That's how we want to be, right? Life and peace. Don't you want life? Don't you want peace? So therefore, if you want these things, you have to be spiritually minded. Because guess what? I've got news for you. Being carnal, being carnal, you're not gonna get no spiritually mind and peace from being carnal. No way. When you're carnal, there's no peace in carnality, right? There's nothing but tension, frustration. Okay? Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High. It's not subject to the Lord the Most High, neither indeed can be. It can't be. It's not subject because it's a carnal mind. It's based on impulse. It's based on the flesh. So when you see people trying to get you out of character, all right, because they're carnal, they want you to act like them. But remember, what do? Sometimes you just shut the hell up. Shut the hell up and let them do their rubbish. And you don't entertain it. Because at the end of the day, what is Yahweh Shai going to do? What's he going to do? End up judging their asses. Okay. Go to Psalms. And you may be thinking, why you? How come they're not doing it to my cousin? They're not doing it to my cousin. They're not doing it to my brother. They're not doing it to... No, they're doing it to you because, you're different. Because you're different. You're not... Bro, because... And they know you're above them. As the scripture says, I am from above, you're from below. They're from below. They're carnal. Right? They're carnal. Right? Check the pattern of what people do. Right? What's it going to be today? The lawnmower? Right? What's it going to be? The hammer or the lawnmower? Right? It becomes, after sometimes it becomes predictable, and you have to find, I know it sounds crazy, you have to find positivity, and sometimes you have to laugh at it. You can't take it too seriously because they want you to take it seriously. Right? You don't take it too seriously. It's to get you out of the spirit, because they even know, people that study you, especially if they're neuro monitoring you, you have a very high frequency. They even know that. So that's why they're trying to lower that. Okay? And that's why they have the planes flying over your head. That's because they're trying to lower your frequency. And most people, they're on a low frequency. Right? They're on a low vibration. They're on a negative vibration. And when you're on a negative vibration, them demons love that. And they're able to use your vessel. That's why I say there's a level of positivity. Right? Excuse me just a minute. Yeah, we just got to mature, spiritually mature in this truth, right? Spiritually mature, right? And concerning things like work and so forth, don't even worry about that. As long as you're staying busy. Some of you may be jobless, as long as you're staying busy and you're occupying yourself. That's the only thing. Won't worry about what the world thinks, right? Okay. I like a bit of work. And I'm waiting, so lucky I'm waiting for some blocks of wood, by the way. So don't think I'm just dossing about. I'm not dossing about, I'm just waiting for some wood, right? Because I keep running out. So that order should come what, later on, and I'll be back to work. But the main work is this. This is the main work. Okay. This is the main work. Bro, I'm telling you, you've had several people that walk past today. They're MK Ultra'd off. And I want to say this as well. Not all I want to throw this out there. Not all contractors, right, are wicked. Right? Yeah, you have subcontractors, you have private contractors. Not all, look, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going on. And I have this article from an SIS contractor that said, look, when he reported it, he found out what was going on. He found that they were even using this technology on the contractors as well. So they were even using this upon those that were working in contracting. They were even using this technology upon them. So don't think, oh, I'm only being it's only me. Everybody on some wave or some form is being targeted. It's just that re-elect are being targeted on a higher level. It's called a watch list. That's what bro. You were put on a watch list by someone. Bro, I gotta be straightforward. You were put on a watch list. Right? So you're being watched. And how long? Bro, it could be until Yahushua comes back. So do we complain about this now? No, bro. We could all stand here complaining, oh, man, bro. Just deal with it now. Deal with it. You know what it is. It's a watch list. Wherever you go, you're going to be... There's nothing... That's out of your hands. You cannot control what other people do. In terms of their actions. You cannot control that. But we can control how we react. So control that. You can't control what other people do, what they think. Okay? You gotta keep this in mind. Psalms 30, this is Psalms 30. Right? But I want to let you know, you may think about, oh, well, they're using frequencies, they're doing this, they're doing that. Yeah, but they're testing out, even those that are testing it out on you, they're being tested. It's happening to them. I got the article indoors. I got these articles that it was known that even the private contractors, they were even being tested on. Right? This thing is real. It's real. Okay. And a lot of people, some people that follow you, they don't even want to do it. I've spoken to people that some that don't even want to do it. Go to Psalm 37. Fret not thyself because of evildoers. Fret means to become easily agitated. Why are you fretting? Don't fret. Right? Neither be thou envious at the workers of iniquity. They're workers of iniquity. Right? They're working iniquity. Right? That's what they are. Workers of iniquity. Right? And there's many of them. Right? Could be your local dustbin men. Right? Okay. Could be your neighbors. Right? Could be your landscapers. Right? There's various forms of workers of iniquity. The workers of iniquity are those that are working on behalf of Satan, pushing iniquity, pushing sin. When you go to Thessalonians, it talks about the mystery of iniquity, which is the mystery of lawlessness. I'm seeing a lot of lawlessness, which ties in with corruption. The mystery of lawlessness, right? Corruption. Okay. And it says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Right? So we're not supposed to be envious against the workers of iniquity at all. Right? We're not supposed to be. Right? For they shall soon be cut down. Right? Like the grass and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good. Continue to do good. Don't look at what everybody else is doing and think, well, everybody else is doing evil, so maybe I should join in. No, don't do that. Huh? Huh? Don't do that. Huh? Do not join them. Okay? Do not join them. And it says, trust in the Lord and do good, so that thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself in the Lord Yahushua. Right? And he shall give thee the desires of the heart. Continue to push this word. Yeah? Commit thy way unto Lord Yahushua, and trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. What's he going to bring to pass? Judgment, right? Have you ever realized when you're not too focused on those that are doing evil, when you're not too focused on what they're doing to you, then the Lord brings that judgment quicker. You notice that? Right? He brings that judgment quicker because you're not focused. I want something to happen. Yeah, you may want something to happen, but the Lord will bring that judgment when it suits him. Right? When it suits the Lord will bring that judgment. Okay? When it suits him. Okay, they're wearing different colors today. They're wearing grey today. They switch up the colors as well. And it says, Babakasha, commit thy way unto Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. What to pass? The judgment, the thing of your enemies. He's going to bring it to pass. And I always say this, a lot of the time when you're not thinking about them, you end up, oh shit, oh, did that happen to him? Oh man, or did that happen to her? You know? So you shouldn't really be thinking too much about, when him, please look. No, you do. You put up prayers that the Lord judges certain people that do dumb shit, right? That are not repenting and that are doing evil to you. But that's up to the Lord. And sometimes you may hear about it, right? Other times, you may not hear nothing about it. Nothing. Nothing at all. Because it's not like your enemies are going to let you know, are they? Right? So don't really focus too much on that. But you still put them prayers up against your enemies that are coming up against you. And you don't know what he's doing to them in their personal lives. You don't know. You do not know. But I've seen it several times. People that come up against you, then you look at their countenance is all messed up. Right? So just keep a good mind, focus on your Yahushua, and try not to get too distracted from what's going on. Yeah, they're watching you. Yeah, they do have devices in your households. I know they have devices in mine. Hey, that's for certain. That's for certain. How do I know? Because when I move to certain parts of the household, they will have someone situated. Say if I'm at the front, right? The front of the room, top stairs, they will have someone that walk past that will say something. Or they will have someone that will walk past and slam the door. Say if I'm at the back, they will have someone that walk past the back of the fence and speaks loud. So, well, how are they able to know? No, they're not psychic. It's devices that they've planted around the area. It may not be in your household. It could be outside. Even the lamppost. You do know with the lamppost, they have cameras on the lamppost as well. You do know that, right? Right? Sensors. And that's how they're able to know. You're that important to them. You're that important to them. Right? It makes you think, hold on, what if I wasn't here? Well, they would have to move on to their next targeted individual. Right? So you just use wisdom, don't fret. Right, let's continue to this one. We're going to shut off soon because I need to free up some data. Psalms 37. These are the criminals. The people that are dealing with it, these are the criminals. Right? And it says, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light and thy judgment as the noonday. Bro, he's going to do it. Bro, Yahushua, has he ever failed you? Since you've been in the truth, has he ever really failed you? No, he hasn't. It's just everything is in his time. Everything. Right? Read the Psalms of David. Though they compass me, I would trust in the Lord and so forth. Though an army compass me. Right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many people are compassing you. Doesn't matter at all. Right? And yeah, a lot of these groups are so-called white supremacist organizations as well. So what? Doesn't matter. Some of them. Right? Nazi groups. Doesn't matter. Right? Okay? Focus on your Yahushua. Bro, he's got everything sorted out. Everything. Right? And that's our power, right? So we focus on that. Remember, they don't like when you're reading the Bible. They're trying to keep... Bro, you got to pay attention. What are they trying to stop you from doing? That's another thing as well. What are they trying to stop you from doing? What are they trying to stop you from doing? Getting closer to your Yahushua. So, What do? You get closer to Yahweh Shai. Resist the devil and he shall flee from thee. So if they're trying to stop you from reading the Bible or reaching out to somebody else, what do? You get in the Bible. Right? Because I'm sure you were doing that before. So what has changed? Right? What has changed? Remember, these are cultists. These are cultist members. These are Masons, whatever, Masons. These are devil worshippers. These are homosexuals. They sleep with each other. They have all types of wickednesses going on. You worried about them. They're going to get their judgment. Rest in the Lord Jehovah and wait patiently for him. So when you're waiting patiently, you're suffering, right? So just suffer a little while, just a little while. Right? And it says, fret not because of him who bringeth wicked devices to pass. It's like because of him who prospereth in his way. So it seems like they're prospering, right? Scripture, fret not because of him that prospereth in his way. Yeah, they're prospering, but they're prospering in wickedness, and that only lasts for so long. Right? And it says, Baba Kashar, that prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. And he has various devices, right? MK Ultra, V2K, planes, helicopters that can. I want to let you know as well. You know when you have boxes, right? You have these boxes on the grid. You know all the helicopter and all these planes need to do is send off a signal, and it hits that box. And once it hits that box, what does it do? Right? First of all, it gives off an echo, right? And it can tap into what? Every household upon that street. So these are just some of it's very technical. It taps into every household on that street. They can do that. Why do you think they have so much helicopters, planes going past? They can do that. Right? On a ground level as well. Okay? But we're going to shut off. Cease from anger. Right? Be angry, but try to cease from it. Right? And forsake wrath, fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Don't overreact, because that's what the devil wants. Right? For you to overreact. Okay. So with this, I hope this was edifying. And until the next time, Shalom.